prayer.
Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and parliament for the welfare of society, good of all human lives upon it, and the just government of its people, we beseech you to look with your abundant favor upon us, your servants, whom you have entrusted with the performance of such important trust in this community. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our attention and deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this region, and of those whose interest you have committed to us. Amen.
Item number 1 from the order paper, communication from the chair.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have two communications for you. And the one is that the Council of Ministers meeting has been postponed. And you know also that the summit has also been postponed. Second is that we have received court orders from the East African Court of Justice on Somalia case. The orders are that the Somalian members should not take oath until the main case is concluded. 3, it is recognitions, because you have guests in the gallery. We have EAC youth leaders who are here with us. We have Joas Irahoza, who is the speaker from Burundi. Recognize him. We also have Eva Maganga, who is the deputy speaker from Tanzania. And we have Emmanuel Magoba from Kenya, Shamim Yusuf from Uganda, Lakisa Ivan from Uganda, Ochachoni Ivan from Uganda, and Dr. Jemba Michael from Uganda. We have also officials from the institutions in Uganda. We have Kudzai Meda, Limpo Chinika, Daniel Watenga, Nasumbuga Hadija, Easter Nakianzi, Emmanuel Wabwire, Rita Giti, Raphael Mgamba, Dolly Ajok, Joshua Wabwire, and Stephen or what? Please stand so that it can be recognized. Stand at the same time. They are there. Thank you. We also have, this team is from East Africa Pro-Life and Pro-Family Coalition. No, we have also a team from East African Pro-Life and Pro-Family Coalition, which is led by Reverend Jonathan Opio, and I have just met them some minutes ago. They are with us, we can recognize them. Thank you. All members, I have been informed that Honorable Jacqueline Amongin is not around. Maybe she could join us today. They're telling me that she'll be with us at 4. With this, I propose to proceed with the next item, with item number 3.
Item number 3 from the order paper, motion for a resolution of the Assembly urging the Council of Ministers and partner states to fast-track the adoption and implementation of regional industrialization and value addition frameworks to reduce the export of raw materials. Motion.
Honorable Dr. Aisha Nyiraman, the mover, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move a motion for a resolution of the Assembly urging the Council of Ministers and partner states to fast-track the adoption and implementation of regional industrialization and the value addition framework to reduce the export of raw materials. I beg to move.
You have seconders? Yes, you have Honorable Ndangiza, Honorable Gideon, Honorable Clement, Honorable Sankok, and others. You can proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this motion is moved under Article 49 2D 59 1 79 80 and 81 of the treaty, Article 44 of the Protocol of the Establishment of the East African Common Market, and Rule 26 of the Rules of Procedures of the Assembly. Whereas partner states committed in Article 79 of the treaty to promote self-sustaining and balanced industrial growth and to improve the competitiveness of the industrial sector so as to enhance the expansion of trade in industrial goods within the community and the export of industrial goods from partner states in order to achieve the structural transformation of the economy that would foster socioeconomic development. And whereas under Article 8 of the treaty, partner states further undertook to promote industrial research and development, establishment of a joint industrial institutions and other infrastructure facilities, and to harmonize and rationalize investment incentives, including those relating to taxation of industries, particularly those that use local materials and labor. Acknowledging that under Article 44 of the Protocol on the Establishment of the ESC Common Market, partner states also committed to promote value addition and product diversification to improve resources utilization and to promote industrial productivity and the competitiveness of industries at national, community, and international levels. Recognizing that the Council of Ministers adopted the EAC Industrialization Policy 2012-2032 and the EAC Industrialization Strategy 2021-2031, which envision transforming the EAC into a globally competitive and sustainable industrial hub by enhancing local value addition, technological innovation, and regional value chain. Aware of the unique opportunities presented by the African Continental Free Trade Area for the EAC to expand its market access for goods manufactured with the community, grateful to the EAC heads of state for urging partner states to ban the export of raw hides and skins, and for directing the Council during the 16th summit in 2016 and 18th summit in 2017 to establish modalities for promoting the assembling of motor vehicles within the region and for promoting vertically integrated textile and leather industries to support the development of a strong and competitive domestic textile and leather sector. Deeply concerned that despite abundant natural resources, agricultural potential, and human capital, partner states continue to export a significant portion of the commodities in raw and semi-processed form, such as coffee, tea, cotton, minerals, hides and skins, and agricultural produce, thereby forfeiting opportunities for higher earnings through value addition, industrialization, and employment creation. Concerned that the continued export of unprocessed raw materials exacerbates that deficit, limit technology transfer, and hinder job creation and youth empowerment. Convinced that effective regional cooperative in industrialization, agro-processing, mineral processing, pharmaceutical, and manufacturing, we strengthened the community's economic resilience and competitiveness to take full advantages of the potential and the opportunities available through the FTA. Aware that under Article 49, 2D of the treaty, the Assembly may discuss any matter pertaining to the community and make a recommendation to the Council. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Assembly as follows: that in accordance with the Article 49, 2D, 79, 8 and 81 of the treaty and Article 44 of the Common Market Protocol, the Assembly urges the Council of Ministers and the partner states to 1. Adopt and implement strategies to enhance industrialization and value addition with clear guidelines, incentives, and performance benchmarks for partner states to promote local processing and manufacturing. B, harmonize industrial and trade policies, fiscal incentives, and tariff to facilitate regional value chain, encourage local content, and gradually phase out the export of unprocessed raw materials. C, fast-track the establishment of regional industrial parks and special economic zones in strategic locations within the community to support cross-border manufacturing initiatives, promote regional value chain, and attract investment under public-private partnership. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Aisha. Now you can justify your motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. With this motion, which is very well explained, I would like only to emphasize here that we have all those policies, especially the industrialization policy 2012-2032, which is very relevant to provide an important foundation for cooperation in industrial development. But unfortunately, its implementation across the region has been slow, uneven, and then fragmented. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, this motion seeks to support the alignment of partner states' industrial policies, strengthen intra-regional trade, enhance employment creation, and position the East African community as a competitive manufacturing and processing hub within the global economy. Today, as we speak, Mr. Speaker, sir, East Africa community partner states continue to rely on the export of those unprocessed raw materials, as he highlighted with all agricultural commodities. We can talk about some minerals and other primary products. During our oversight in mining policy, we have seen that these mining activities, they are increasing our GDP between 5 to 7%. But as we speak today, those minerals that are exported as raw materials, you can imagine if these minerals have been processed, how our GDP can be increased. So this pattern of trade, right, Honorable Speaker, results in substantial losses in potential revenue and missed employment opportunities, but also it limits advancement across the region. By prioritizing this value addition and regional industrialization, the community stands to transform its economy, create productive employment for youth and women, and strengthen intra-ESC trade, and strengthen intra-ESC trade, especially when we're talking about cross-border trade. To fast-track these regional frameworks would promote regional specialization, foster cross-border value chain, and encourage partner states to trade amongst themselves, reducing the region is over a dependence on external market. By talking this industrialization, I would like here to highlight that it is not only an economic imperative, but it is also central to the transformation of the East African from a supplier of raw materials into a producer of diversified, competitive finished goods. Mr. Speaker, sir, as ESC industrialization is a critical pillar for achieving the ESC Vision 2050 and the African Union Agenda 2063, both of which envision a prosperous, self-reliant, and globally competitive African continent. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Aisha Sankok. Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that this Assembly do resolve to urge the Council of Ministers and partner states to fast-track the adoption and implementation of regional industrialization and value addition frameworks so as to reduce the export of raw materials. Debate is open. We start by the seconder, who's Honorable Sankok. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And as I stand to second this timely and extremely important motion, let me start by thanking Honorable Dr. Aisha Nyiremana, the Queen of the Global South, for such important motion. Honorable Speaker, this motion is very timely. This motion is very necessary. This motion will jumpstart the economy of East Africa. Honorable Speaker, it is all about industrialization. And for a long time, we have been importing finished products and exporting raw materials. What does an industry or a factory need for us to be able to have it here in East Africa? It needs 5 factors of production. One is the land. Of course, East African Community Economic Bloc is blessed with 1.4 billion acres of land. So in terms of land, we have in abundance. Our days and nights are almost equal. So there is no need of a lot of electricity for countries who are in the North Poles, who sometimes experience darkness for months. But for our case, the days and nights are the same. Honorable Speaker, we don't also have extreme temperatures because ours is a tropical environment or climate. Honorable Speaker, the second thing that industries and factories need for them to thrive is raw materials. Honorable Speaker, I think honorable members are aware that in terms of raw materials, we lead as a continent, we lead as East African Community Economic Bloc. We have leather, we have coal, we have iron ore, we have magadi soda, we have timber, we have cotton, we have underground resources, we have the largest and the second largest water towers in Africa. Hence, we have forest, so timber in abundance. Honorable Speaker, the third factor of production in industries and factories is labor. Honorable Speaker, it is only Africa who export labor just the way other export finished products. Honorable Speaker, in the production of laborers, we lead, the rest follow. Japan produced Toyota, Mercedes is made in Germany, Land Rover is made in UK, Hummer is made in USA, phones maybe in China, robots in India. But Africa, we produce kids in large numbers. That is why we export labor, Honorable Speaker. So in terms of labor, as a factor of production in industries and factories, we have in abundance. Honorable Speaker, the fourth need of factories as a factor of production is the source of power. Honorable members and Honorable Speaker, East Africa Community Economic Bloc is blessed with geothermal electric power. We are blessed with solar because we are in the tropical climate. We are also blessed with the longest water in the world, the longest river in the world, that is River Nile. We are also blessed with the seventh largest river in the world in terms of water volume, that is River Congo. We are blessed with several rivers that can help us produce hydroelectric power. So in terms of the source of power, we have. The fifth need of a factory or an industry is market and its access. Honorable Speaker, East Africa is a potential market bigger than USA because we have 350 million citizens. The United States of America only have 330 million. So we are bigger in terms of a market. Africa have 1.6 billion citizens, and we literally can access the whole of Africa. Honorable Speaker, for the market of our factory products, East African Economic Bloc is sandwiched between Indian Ocean, the Gulf of Aden, and Atlantic Ocean. Meaning through the Indian Ocean, we can do business with the Far East, that is Japan, China, India, and all those countries. Through the Gulf of Aden, we can do business with the Middle East, and through the Suez Canal, we can do business with Europe. Through the Atlantic Ocean, in DRC, we can do business with North America and South America. Literally, we are strategically placed as an economic bloc to be able to do business with the world. We have 6,500 kilometers of coastline. Honorable Speaker, any factory that operates in Kisumu can be able to use water transport to transport goods that it has produced to Juba, 3,900 kilometers through water transport. So we can access the market. So, Honorable Speaker, this motion is timely. Ban the exportation of raw materials. The moment we do that, all the world's biggest entrepreneurs and financial magnates will run to East Africa and grab the opportunity of setting up factories. So we urge the Council of Ministers to make the environment friendly for the investors to come and invest in factories. And I think a case is in Rwanda, where there are economic zones and special economic zones and industrial parks, where you are given land free of charge with all the necessary infrastructure and social amenities, and you set up your factory or industry on condition that you employ a number of Rwandese. We can copy-paste that one across the East African community, 8 member states, so that we attract investors. The moment we do that, even if we have given land free of charge and we have constructed infrastructure, we will get employment. So our young population will no longer be involved in demonstrations. Instead, they will be involved in innovation and production of products that will sell to the whole world. Our government will earn through pay as you earn, as taxes, and value-added taxes. Circulation of money will also be within our economy, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, lastly, as I support, I can give an example of the leather industry. What do we need in a leather industry? The raw material, we slaughter more than 90 million cows, that is cattle, here in the East Africa Economic Bloc annually. But unfortunately, we import more than 100 million pairs of shoes into this instead of becoming net exporters, because we have the ability to produce more than 400 million pairs of shoes. But we are importing more than 100 million pairs of shoes. Instead of becoming net exporters, we are becoming net importers. Honorable Speaker, and our parents used to use leather jackets. They used to produce leather shoes. I don't know where the rain started beating us, Honorable Speaker. Timber again. For you to set up a factory of timber, you will require a hammer, a saw, and clamp, things that can cost literally not more than $300 or $400, and you have a factory that you can manufacture timber, and you can manufacture furnitures, Honorable Speaker. Unfortunately, we import furniture from Dubai, a desert, from Qatar, a tiny desert peninsula, Honorable Speaker, while we have the Congo forest and the Mao forest. What a shame, Honorable Speaker. So this one is very timely, and I stand to second this timely motion. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Sankok. Before we proceed with the members who want to contribute, we have welcomed others VIPs in our gallery. All of them are from Kenya Parliament. They're all from Communication Department. And we have one, Mr. Nyapere Leonard, who is office team leader in communication. Where is he? Where is he? Thank you. We also have Mr. Lotuk Erastus. We have Mrs. Lillian Aluga Eboso. We have Mrs. Lily Chirotik. We have also Mrs. Naomi Onsomu. We have Mrs. Sally Nduta Ngugi, who is a research officer. We also have Mr. Nicholas Muturi Okemwa. And Mrs. Caroline Chepkemboi. And Mr. Harwin Mwendwa. And Mr. Philip Obara Onkundi. The last one is Mr. Dale Onserio. You are welcome. Karibu. So now we take the names of those members who want to contribute. Clerk, please get the list. On our right hand we have 3. Honorable Matthias, Honorable Kanikiga, Honorable Clement. On our left one we have Honorable Gladness. Are you following? Okay, and the 2 ones. It's very. We start with the left side, the left side. Honorable Ndangiza, you have the floor. Where are you? Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. At the outset, I would like to start by thanking Honorable Dr. Aisha for moving this timely and important motion, urging the Council of Ministers and partner states to fast-track the adoption and implementation of regional industrialization and value addition framework to reduce the export of raw materials. This is a very important motion, and I wish our ministers were here, because we are talking about the backbone of regional integration, because regional integration within the East African community is mainly about trade. Yes, we have other key pillars, but the key pillars that affect the ordinary citizen is the customs, the common market protocol, the monetary union. Political federation is an enabler, but trade is the heartbeat of regional integration. And when we talk about trade, Right Honorable Speaker, we need really to have trade that has value, and for us to have trade that improves on the lives of citizens of East Africa, that improves on our growth, that also improves on the quality of lives, creates jobs for our people, we need to invest in industrialization. East African community does not lack regional frameworks. In the motion, it is very clear we have an ESC industrialization policy 2012-2032. We have a strategy. I'm sure there could even be some related laws, but the challenge has been implementation. And for me, the biggest challenge to why we are not implementing industrialization policy in all our partner states at different levels, is simply because of our mindset. Yes, we need to invest in manufacturing sector, but at the end of the day, the moment you industrialize, the moment you add value to our products, so that rather than exporting cotton as a raw material or coffee, you expect cloth that is finished. And we all know that a cloth that is finished will fetch more dollars than when we export cotton to an external market that we cannot even control, but we also know that there is also variation and fluctuation in the prices. But the challenge has been the market. Many of our citizens, even here, when you look at us, Right Honorable Speaker, the men are putting on suits, and the ladies are also putting on dresses. It's very few of these items are made in East Africa. If we go to the shop, before you buy a shirt or a dress, you say, "What is made? Is it made in Italy or where?" If they tell you it's made in Uganda, you are already suspicious about the quality. For us, the ladies who buy the leather, Honorable Sankoko was talking about leather and its importance. You can imagine the hides and skins. I don't know how much it fetches in Masai land. But if you were to transform that and you have a nice leather bag, the little it will go for is from $200 and above. So, but we know when you go to Ethiopia, they have invested in leather industry. Why can't we invest in our very products? Because we don't lack the people to do it, but the challenge is the mindset. And I think we as East Africans, especially the representatives of the people, we need to raise the awareness that we should love goods and services made from East Africa, products made in East Africa, so that we promote East African products. Made in East Africa should be our brand, and we have to lead by example. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I just want to support the motion. Let's raise awareness. Let's invest in innovation, research. Let's invest in industrialization. Let's harmonize our policies as East Africans so that in the EAC market, we move from 15% current intra-EAC to 60% like Europe. We move, we have goods to take to African Continental Free Trade Area, the market of 1.4 billion. But what are we taking there? Are we taking just their raw coffee and tea? So that is the rationale for industrialization. It's the only way we can reach a middle-income community in 2035 as envisaged in our 2050 vision. With those remarks, I support the motion and urge all of us to support the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ndangiza. As I said, we started from the left side. We have now Honorable Gatpan, then Honorable Caroline, and the Honorable Dr. Gladness. Then we go to Honorable Kanini Kiga, Honorable Clement, and Honorable Ambassador Matthew. Honorable Gatpan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I would like to appreciate my colleague, Honorable Dr. Aisha, for this timely motion. I support it. So I have a few contributions to make. Right Honorable Speaker, the motion is though highly self-explanatory based on the context that we are in as East African community. Our region currently has a challenge of low contribution of manufacturing sector to the GDP of the East African community. That is a big challenge for us because the bottom line of our integration is actually to bring services and employment to our growing population of the East African community. With that sector underperforming, we are not likely going to enjoy and experience the benefits of our regional integration. Right Honorable Speaker, for example, in 2023, other sectors of the EAC economy were somehow better than, far much better than the manufacturing sector. Our youth currently are seeking jobs abroad. That is a primary indicator of how we are underperforming in the manufacturing sector because it is the manufacturing sector that have that provide better employment in our region. So it is highly recommended that the Council of Ministers of the East African Community fast-track the implementation of the industrialization policy that was adopted in industrialization policy 2012-2032. And as a parliament, I think it is high time that we also try to develop interest into designing and implementing oversight activities about the achievement made so far about the strategy and about the policy itself. Because sometimes we have known in this parliament that we pass laws, either they are not assented to quickly and events take them over. or we make resolutions and have policies that are redundant, that do not provide for the purpose for which they were developed. So I think it is good that we also scrutinize how far have we gone with the implementation of this. And this motion is a waking call for us to focus towards that direction. Right Honorable Speaker, as I support the motion, I would also like to, one word there, the title, where you have adapting. I think it is adoption and implementation. So if you can allow that correction, I think that would be very much. Right Honorable Speaker, I support the motion and I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Gideon. The next has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to support the motion by my dear sister, Honorable Dr. Aisha, for a resolution of this Assembly to urge the Council of Ministers and partner states to fast-track the adopting and implementation of the regional industrialization and value addition frameworks. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues, as our mover and the seconder said very eloquently, this, as it stands today, we overly rely on the export of raw materials, which not only limits our economic growth, but also deprives us of valuable benefits that come from industrializing and adding value to our resources. By promoting the processing of our exports within our region, we can create jobs, foster innovation, and drive sustainable economic growth. To achieve this, however, our partner states need to adopt several collaborative strategies, including, among others, joint infrastructure projects, which by doing this we can enhance connectivity and lower production costs, making our industries competitive. I know we are already engaged in a number of joint infrastructure projects in roads, in railways, energy, but I think they are not moving as quickly as we need them to move. Then we also need harmonized policies and regulations to simplify cross-border operations and encourage investment and operational efficiency within our regional markets. I think we will soon have the standardization bill here. You can see our CTI, the members of the CTI committee are busy with that bill, but that will help us in that direction. We also need to reduce tariffs and non-tariff barriers. We have been talking about non-tariff barriers, which are endless, which would, by removing these non-tariff barriers, we would be able to promote intra-regional trade and facilitate market access for both the raw materials and the finished products. Then we have we need to promote public-private partnerships, SMEs, all these things. There are different pockets of initiatives that are going on that would drive us towards that, basically towards this initiative. So all those collaborative strategies, they should be adopted to enable us to transform our raw materials into high value-added products, ultimately benefiting our citizens and our economies. To conclude, I urge my fellow members to support this resolution. By adopting these frameworks, we would not only boost our economies, but we would also ensure that our region is resilient against global market fluctuations. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Caroline. The next is Honorable Gladness. Dr. Gladness, you have the floor. You have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also second the motion and congratulate Dr. Aisha and the seconder, Honorable Sankok, for putting it very clear and giving out very strong justifications as to why we need this one. So I will say just what I think this motion is going to help us. It's actually going to unlock the potential, the invisible potential that we have as far as our regional value chains are concerned. as for now, if we even ask ourselves here, if there's someone who can be able to identify a very clear competitive regional value chain, it might be very, very difficult. And this is because we actually don't have a full established chain, yeah? That we have raw materials and we export them as raw materials. So actually our value chains are not full, or they are not complete for us to experience the economical gains that we expect. And for that case, that's why, as it is to now, we are still talking about poverty reduction. And I think with this motion, if it will be executed, because I'm very happy to see the word implementation, because our problems are not on having the documents. That's not our problems at all. The problem is the execution of whatever that we have. So if it will be executed, I think we are going to change from poverty reduction perspectives to wealth creation perspectives. Because when we export the raw materials, it means we are going to support the creation of wealth somewhere else. And we are going to buy the products, the finished products from our own raw materials at a higher price. So the poverty reduction will continue in the EAC if we are not going to execute this kind of very important strategic frameworks. But I also see the potential in this particular motion, that is, as it is now, most of our countries, that is the partner states, they actually invested in the infrastructures, basically the logistics infrastructure. And thank you so much, Honorable Caroline, for bringing it on board. But we don't have the goods to transport. Yeah, you have the railway, and we are still developing, but where is the good to transport? If we are not going to have this kind of frameworks executed, we remain having infrastructures which are supporting mobility of people, and that is not going to pay. We are not going to enjoy the benefits. The returns of investment will be for life and for life and for life. So if we want to enjoy actually quick returns on investment on these particular infrastructures, we must have this kind of frameworks being executed, and actually we are late. It has to be fast because we already have the infrastructure, but we don't have the goods. So I'm really very happy to have this kind of motion in our midst, because it's going to unlock also the potential from the infrastructure development. But I also see that having the execution, we definitely have more industries. We also have more of our manufacturing companies. Yeah, but at the end of the day, as we are talking about technological development today, this will stimulate our community to develop home-based, tech-based solutions. And Right Honorable Speaker, when we talk about home-based tech solutions, we are talking about employment opportunities for our youth. Because most of the youth, they are actually in the technology industry. So we should see the multiplier effect of having these particular frameworks being executed. But also it will stimulate the technology transfer between the partner states. At the same time, if we be smart enough to prioritize, given our competitive and comparative advantages, it means that we'll be able to have specializations in our countries. It's not like every time we must be competitors because we're in the market. We reach a point where we know this is a main distributor, this is a main manufacturer of these particular items. And we are all happy because they have a competitive and a comparative advantage compared to other countries. So I see that this is an opportunity also to have the integration in a reality. Saying that, I support the motion and I congratulate Dr. Aisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Gladness. Now I give the floor to Honorable Kanini Kiga.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this very important motion by my good friend, Dr. Aisha. Again, Honorable Speaker, lamenting why the Council of Ministers are not here, but I'm hoping they are online to follow and see and hear what the members are talking about. Honorable Speaker, what is the economic activities that our people in the East Africa engage in? Mostly is agriculture. They are farmers, good farmers. Others are fishermen, and they wake up very early in the morning to go to their farm, to till their farm, you know. And at the end of the day, they usually get very good bumper harvests. But what happens to the bumper harvest? Over 60% of all the food items that we get from our field is wasted, goes to waste. 60%. But our farmers are good, that even with that, the following season, they still go back to those farms and till the land, you know, get another 60% losses. How can we prevent the 60% losses? Just simple value addition of our farm produce that increases the lifespan of that particular product. Potatoes, you know, the fruits that we have, you know, the coffee, the tea. Honorable Speaker, we have failed our people that all the time, despite their, you know, them being hard workers, we have betrayed them because every other day they are looking forward to the governments to create an enabling environment for industrialization. What is the percentage of the contribution of industries to the GDPs of our individual countries? In Kenya, for example, it is barely 7 going to 8% of the GDP. We have always been looking forward to 15%. We are saying that we want to move from the third world to go to first world. Yet we are not manufacturing. We are just exporting. We are even importing toothpicks. Honorable Speaker, toothpicks being imported from China and the rest of everywhere. And now we are exporting everything, including our youth. You know, we are exporting labor to other countries. Honorable Speaker, we must be serious and live to the oath that we undertook, that we will make sure that we move our people from down there to up there. And they can only be done through practical examples. How do we also industrialize? We don't have enough energy. Most of the countries, you know, we don't generate enough energy. And even the one that is generated is very expensive. God has been gracious to us. We are in the tropicals. You know, we are where there is a lot of sun, there is a lot of wind, there is a lot of water, there is a lot of geothermal. But we are not exploiting the cheaper power. We need cheaper power to drive these industries. Like in Kenya, I think now we are generating 3,000 megawatts against the demand of like 10,000 megawatts. Countries like Egypt and South Africa are at 40,000 megawatts. 40,000. And Kenya, I believe, is one of the leading at 3,000 megawatts. Honorable Speaker, we need to be serious and ask our ministers to also make sure that whatever that we pass here is also implemented. Honorable Speaker, in our countries we have very good coffee, very good tea. But if you go to the international market, you not find that Uganda coffee written as Uganda coffee, or Rwanda coffee, or Kenyan coffee. You find that somebody came here, bought the tea, bought that coffee, went, branded that coffee, gave it a name. Very sweet. In fact, our products are now being used to brand and improve other products elsewhere. Basically because we are not value adding those products here. So, Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I want to say that we have to walk the talk. We have to have practical resolutions. and also make sure that we hold our ministers accountable for whatever we pass here. We make sure that we follow through to make sure that those things are actually implemented. And I look forward, Honorable Speaker, to the time that we will have industries, cottage industries, literally in each and every village. Instead of now exporting our youth to go and work as casual laborers elsewhere, you know, in the Arab world, to the other countries, we have those youths working in our industries, in our countries, and that is the proper empowerment. That time, Honorable Speaker, that is the time now we will be working for our people. With those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I want to humbly submit and say that I support this very critical motion, and I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. The next is Honorable Clement.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to debate this motion, a motion moved by Dr. Aisha Nyiramana and seconded by Dr. Ole Sankok David. It is a motion for a resolution of the Assembly urging the Council of Ministers and the partner states to fast-track the adopting and implementing of the regional industrialization and the value addition frameworks to reduce the export of raw materials. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, industrial sector in our region is facing a number of challenges. Just to mention a few: lack of necessary infrastructure, no reliable electricity. Even when electricity is available, it is very expensive. Poor transport networks. We don't have reliable roads. We don't have enough bridges to connect communities. No storage facilities. Limited funds and technology, among others. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, these are reasons behind exporting raw materials from our community. I want to talk about the issue of limited access to finance and technology as well. To face this challenge of exporting raw materials, I support the idea of establishing regional financing and technology support mechanisms by creating regional funds and guarantee schemes. It will facilitate access to capital, promotion of research, technology transfer agreement between developed countries and the developing countries. With these few remarks, I declare once again that I support this motion and congratulate again Dr. Aisha Nyiramana and the seconder, Dr. David Sankok Ole.
Thank you, Honorable Clement. The last one will be Ambassador Matthias.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to support the motion moved by my sister, Honorable Aisha Nyiramana, and seconded by my brother, Honorable Ole Sankok. Right Honorable Speaker, this motion is indeed like a warm-up for our bloc. It wants us that we have to capture our economic value. We know that partner states within EAC, we are exporting a big fraction of our raw materials, and we are surrounding almost 80 to 90% of profits to regions that process these goods. This has to stop. We shouldn't go endlessly in this nature of exploiting our countries. Right Honorable Speaker, our product with a value addition like coffee, minerals, and other agricultural products, we will be creating employment, and this across all skill levels, from factory workers to engineers and managers. The EAC, with its young, rapidly growing population, industrialization provides the productive employment opportunities that raw materials extraction simply can't deliver at scale. We need, as East African community, to build a long-term competitiveness. Honorable brothers and sisters, we all agree that technology transfer, skills development, and innovation, they never accompany raw materials exports. Beyond this, we as East Africans, we have, through this policy, to strengthen our regional integration through coordinated industrial frameworks. It is worth to encourage cross-border value chains where countries will specialize in different production stages, deepening economic interdependence and making the common market genuinely functional. There is, finally, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, an urgency factor. Other regions are industrializing rapidly. With the delays, EAC misses its opportunity to claim a meaningful position globally, and it is potentially locking itself into a permanent raw material supplier status. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I support this motion and I beg to submit. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Matthias. Now the mover, you have the floor. I have concluded.
Motion.
Procedure. This Honorable Kanini Kiga.
Yeah. Motion, Right Honorable.
Honorable members, there are some members who you should be here on time so that when you are registering, make this list, you should be among them. Because once we have closed, you should not come and say, please, I need, okay, it's good, but it is disturbing somewhere our order. I give you the floor.
Yes, thank you so much, Right Honorable. Right Honorable Speaker, I was here when the plenary started, but I did not want to interrupt in the course of discussion of the motion because of the importance it has and the fact that when you come up, it might interrupt what persons have prepared. Right Honorable Speaker, my aim is just to make a few, if accepted, amendment to the motion. On the onset, I support the motion, but then I just want to make an amendment based on Rule 31(3) of our Rules of Procedure. Right Honorable Speaker, if you Rule 31(3) amendment to a motion or during debates of a motion. Right Honorable Speaker, if you look at the motion, it was well put, but I just want to amend the word adopting, because we have under paragraph 4 that we recognize that the Council of Ministers already adopted the East African Industrialization Policy Framework 2021 to 2032. And Right Honorable Speaker, if you go to read that industrialization policy, that includes SMSC development, it has got policy interventions. So what is now remaining is the fast-tracking the implementation of that policy by the partner states. So we should be able to now look at how partner states implemented that industrialization policy 2021 to 2032, which was already adopted by the Council of Ministers. So if we ask for another adoption, then we'll be duplicating what Council has already done. And that is the kind of amendment that I would like to move, because it has almost 10 implementation policies and interventions that are in that policy. So thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. But in principle, I support its own amendment I want to make.
But Dr. Aisha, are you taking the amendment? You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me again this opportunity. I would like, first of all, to recognize some review which has been made, first of all, by Honourable Makame, whereby he was informed us that those two the policy, but also the strategic implementation had been done in the same period. Secondly, those are amendments, and he was also proposing that instead of only highlighting the African Continental Free Trade Area, we have also to recognize the effort which has been done by the EAC SADC COMESA tripartite for this kind of activity on the market access of goods manufactured within the community. And lastly, I have been for the resolution, I've been asking the regional industrial park and the special economic zones. Maybe you're gonna verify well in the custom unions how it is highlighted, and if it is the same, we're gonna amend those information. Secondly, I would like also to recognize the amendment given by Honorable Mukulia, but also there have been a kind of review by Honorable Gideon. Then you're going to accept the amendment and not said about adoption, but implementation. Right, Honorable Speaker, I would like really to appreciate honorable members, for their contribution to this motion. It seems that it is really a good motion where we need to make oversight. This is our role, and I think doing oversight of the all protocols, the Common Market Protocol, the Custom Union Protocol, we can see where we are fast tracking all those recommendations which is given during this in this House. Right, Honourable Speaker, I would like to recognize members for the support, but also the contribution, especially where we're talking about the fund. This is the submission from Honourable Clement, where he was proposing a fund. I really support, because those kind of industry, they are really very expensive. If we have a fund which can help, but also infrastructure which is needed, especially energy. Lastly, I would like really to thank all those honorable members, especially the seconder, Honorable Ole Sankok, for his contribution. Honorable Fatuma Ndangiza, Honorable Gideon, Honorable Caroline, Honorable Gladness, Honorable Kanin Kega, Honorable Clement, Honorable Ambassador Matthias, and lastly, Honorable Mukulia, and all those, Honorable Makame, Dr. Makame. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit, and this motion must be accepted as it has been amended. Thank you.
It's now time for us to put the question. I now put the question that this assembly do resolve to urge the Council of Ministers and the partner states to fast track not the adoption but the implementation of the regional industrialization and the value addition frameworks so as to reduce the export of raw materials. Those in favor say aye. To the contrary say nay. The ayes have it.
We proceed with item number 2 from the order paper. Motion for a resolution of the Assembly to register its congratulations to Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan following her election as the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Debate interrupted on Wednesday, 26 November 2025 by way of motion.
Honorable members, we had this motion yesterday, and the motion had been moved by Honorable Jacqueline, and the motion had been seconded, but the process was interrupted because we needed more time to debate this motion. With this, I give the floor again to the mover so that she can continue the justification. And after that, I will open the debate. And for your information, the seconder is Honorable Dr. Makame. Sankok or Makame? Ah, you have two seconders, Honorable Dr. Makame and Honorable Sankok. So, Honorable Jacqueline, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, and I would like to commend the honorable members who have allowed me to continue with the debate on a motion for a resolution of the Assembly to register its congratulatory message to Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan following her service in the United Republic of Tanzania and her re-election as the President of the Republic thereafter. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to, yesterday I had almost done a justification, but since members prefer that this motion be deferred to today so that they can have ample time to debate about Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, I would like to say that Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, I am a daughter of a woman, just like any of you, and having seen Samia Suluhu, the President, arising to the position of the presidency, to me as a young, I wouldn't say I'm still young according to the African Union standards, and Ugandan standards have surpassed the stage. I'm actually I think in the mornings of my, but I would like to state that when such people arise to positions of responsibility, especially up to the helm, like what the President of the United Republic of Tanzania has been, she inspires so many young people out there who would actually feel proud that at one time and keep hope alive that they would be they would get to the top at the same time. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I will definitely come to justify this motion but I beg to move again that this House congratulates Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan following her re-election as the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I beg to move.
You can proceed.
Okay, thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, yesterday I really spoke highly about the lady, and first of all I want to declare my interest, despite the fact that I'm not very, I'm sure if I met Her Excellency Suluhu, she may not even recognize me. But just know that I am one of those people who admire that lady. And I felt after the communication of the Speaker yesterday congratulating her, that it was not just enough for the Speaker to congratulate, which was very positive, but for the whole House to congratulate a lady among the 8 leaders that we have as leaders of the summit of the EAC, to be among the 8 men. The only lady among the 8 men, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan. I think she deserves a big applause, and I'm very proud of that lady. Your Right Honorable Speaker, I know that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. When you look at the biography of the lady I'm speaking about, the mother I'm proud of, one of the ladies of this soil, she has not just assumed that office from nowhere, and she has served in the different portfolios, from local governments to serving as a minister to serving as the vice president of the same republic, and eventually acceding to office as the president of the United Republic of Tanzania. So therefore, as she's elected to serve for the second time in the same country, I think that is something that is very encouraging, not only for the people of the United Republic of Tanzania, but for the people whom she mentors when she doesn't even know them, like myself. It's some position that I would never want to be to contest for, because I know how tedious it is. But I'm also aware that Her Excellency Suluhu is a mother, she's a wife, she is a gender activist, she is the president. So she's serving in all those portfolios without anybody complaining of, without running short of the positions that she holds as the president, as a wife at home, and also as a mother to her children, because I'm actually overwhelmed to know that one of the daughters of the president is a member of parliament. And as we speak right now, I think that lady is not looking at her mother. People call her the president. For her, she calls her a mother. You can imagine that. And when I looked at the age of that member of parliament from the United Republic of Tanzania, I would actually be, I was happy, because she's almost my age mate. And meaning that she's an acute woman at home. You cannot raise a member of parliament if you're just a simple woman. And that's why I'm proud of my mother, even as I debate here. Because by the time I came to this parliament at 20s, it is about the upbringing that she put in me. So we cannot underrate the achievements of one of the greatest women we have in the soil of Africa, Suluhu Samia Hassan. In our local language, if I was in Uganda right now campaigning, because I'm in the field, I'm actually managing some campaigns on another side of the region, I would say tumupigie makofi. Meaning, in Uganda, if I want to say, let's clap for her, tumukubire ngalo, like tumupigie makofi. I know it's unparliamentary in our rules to speak any other local language, but that's on a positive note, Right Honorable Speaker. So the lady I'm talking about is a lady like no other, especially in the East African region. From the time God created heaven and earth, I don't think we've ever had a president in the name of a woman, in a gender of a woman in Eastern Africa. And as we speak today, we have one. We have Samia Suluhu, who has steered the United Republic of Tanzania for the last 5 years, and effectively. This is the lady I'm talking about. And this is the lady we are proud about as East Africans. So, Right Honorable Speaker, this congratulatory message is for sure called for as the people who sit in the Regional Assembly, where the same lady, Her Excellency Suluhu, happens to be serving, but not only serving, she's also among the 8 members of the summit of heads of states who determine the affairs of the region of the East Africa. Therefore, honorable members, I stand before you to call upon you to join me and join efforts in ensuring that there is appreciation is given to those who deserve. And I can assure you she's one of the most deserving in Eastern Africa. Because I come from a traditional community. I come from the eastern part of Uganda. And I come from a fishing village. And in our fishing villages, young girls go into marriage. People are looking at bride price. Most especially at the ages before 18, a young girl is married off. But I want to commend my president because he's been a very outspoken member in terms of ensuring enrollment and retention for all at school, including those girls who were, including providing UPE as the government of Uganda. But I can assure you it's not an easy game, because in vulnerable communities like mine, where I come from, a girl is seen as for bride price. They do not anticipate that at any one time a girl can be the president. Now imagine Suluhu Samia, from her background, she starts slowly, and today she's one of those in the top. Because when you go to the Heads of State Summit, you will see all people marching on suits, trousers and what, jackets. But at least Suluhu will come on a chitenge like the one I'm putting on, and you'll be proud that, yes, at least we have one woman president. You people, this is the lady I'm talking about here. So, I am sure that girl from that village like mine, where I come from, seeing Suluhu on TV alone, it's very overwhelming. So, Right Honorable Speaker, it's on that background that I stand here on a positive note to congratulate the lady whose journey did not just start yesterday in the other elections of Tanzania, but started long time when she was still a child. And that's the lady who is right now the elected president of the United Republic of Tanzania. An advocate for gender equity, all around mother, because despite being the president of the Republic of Uganda, she's also serving as a very good example for all of us across the continent. Like yesterday I told you, from the time I was born, I will not declare my age on this, but my age is known in the records of the records of Parliament. Yes. From the time I was born, I can attest to you that the only women present I've heard of are 3. I've heard of Johnson Sirleaf from West Africa. And I personally met her, and she looked very, she's been blessed by age now. I met Joyce Banda of Malawi. That is in southern Africa. Now, you cannot tell me that we've had a president in North Africa We are talking about the 5 RECs of the African Union. But at least as an East African region, which is serving by example, because the regional economic community of East Africa is setting a very good example to the rest of the RECs in Africa in terms of governance and deliverance. And I think having also a lady at the helm is more accorded to this REC than any other REC within the African Union. And that's the reason I stand here to say, congratulations, Mama, Suluhu, Samia, Hassan. Being a member of parliament alone, you go through a lot of challenges. I became a member of parliament. I was in this parliament when I was in 20s. So many challenges, serving different people with different expectations, interests, and at the same time, you are a lady whereby men are looking at you and saying, why is she there alone? She should calm down. Those challenges are expected. But if you manage to hustle through all those hurdles and you reach at the top, and you're called the Madam President, oh my God, that's a great achievement. So to the United Republic of Tanzania, despite all, I congratulate the people of Tanzania for the trust they have accorded to this great lady for the past 5 years. And I would like to call upon all of us as East Africans and as Africans to accord her the necessary support she requires to continue serving the United Republic of Tanzania with peace and tranquility. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I beg to move that we congratulate the President, the inspiration of the people of Africa, the exemplary woman in the helm amongst men, Her Excellency Suluhu Samia Hassan. Today, as we sit, as members who sit in this legislative assembly, at this time when Suluhu was and is the president within the East African region. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Amongin. Before giving the floor to the members who want to contribute, we'll start by the seconders. Not by Honorable Makame, by Honorable Sankok, then Makame. Honorable members, before you contribute, I have to propose the question, which is that this assembly do resolve to register its congratulations, and I repeat it, congratulations to Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan upon her elections as President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Debate is open. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this singular honor to congratulate a very powerful woman and a leader, a Pan-Africanist, who is leading the United Republic of Tanzania. Honorable Speaker, we are all proud of her, and we are proud of the citizen of the United Republic of Tanzania for giving an opportunity to a female president to lead them now for the second time. Honorable Speaker, even though we have had other African countries, Burundi had an acting female president. South Africa also had an acting female president. Liberia had a substantive female president. Gabon had an interim president who served for 3 months, that is Rose. And then Mauritius also had an acting female president for 3 months. But now, in the United Republic of Tanzania, we are having a substantive female president for the second term. So we congratulate not only Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, but also the citizen of the United Republic of Tanzania. Honorable Speaker, we celebrate her, especially in terms of education. Her CV is very rich. It is unmatched. A learned female president. Honorable Speaker, her family background or her family CV is truly African. And we have followed her. We have seen her family upbringing. And we can say we are proud as Africans to have her as a female president during our time, because she's a role model to our daughters, a role model to our wives, a role model to our mothers. Honorable Speaker, we had the EAC observation mission, which had given a preliminary report, which we totally support, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, but we have to recognize that EAC have 4 pillars. The first pillar is custom union and common market, which to some extent we have implemented. The political union pillar and the monetary union pillar is not yet implemented. So, Honorable Speaker, as it remains, the 8 member states of EAC are sovereign nations and must be respected. Honorable Speaker, we have had incidences where member states try to infringe into the sovereignty of one of the member states. Until that time that we have implemented the political union pillar and have one federal or confederal government, we still have our borders, we still have our custom to go through, we still have our sovereignty as individual states, which must be respected. And we must call upon the citizen, 350 million citizens of East African community, to respect the sovereignty of individual countries by not exporting their constitution, their behaviors from one country to another. I must say this one without fear of contradiction, that it is a high time we relook the issue of civil societies so that they don't turn into evil societies, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we must relook and have civil societies who are fully sponsored by the East African states to speak on behalf of East Africa. But if the civil societies are fully sponsored by foreign masters, we must reject them. They must speak on behalf of their paymaster. They must speak on behalf of the hands that feed them. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the problem that we have is through evil societies whose paymasters are foreign, bringing political, socio-economic neocolonialism into our country. Honorable Speaker, we support civil societies. If they are civilized to speak on behalf of those who sponsor them. Honorable Speaker, our citizen can sponsor our civil societies that will speak on civil rights and human rights on our behalf. But when a civil society is fully sponsored by foreigners, Honorable Speaker, that is when we have ideas penetrating into our cultures and tradition like LGBTQ, because the hand that feed them will instruct them on what to do, and they cannot bite the hand that is feeding them. So, Honorable Speaker, for me and for this House, it is high time we come up with legislation and laws guiding civil societies. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, I want to congratulate Honorable Amogin. She is also a lady of virtue, and she has brought this motion. Thank you, that this motion is very important. You have also achieved, to some level, you are the Queen of the Pearl of Africa. I know you are the Secretary General of NRM, Women League. You have been the President of the Student Association of Uganda. You have also become a minister in Makerere University and an MP in this House for 2 terms. That is the 10th Parliament and the 9th Parliament. Honorable Speaker, this lady also deserves our applause. Honorable Speaker. With those very many remarks, congratulations, Honorable Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan. Kwa kweli uko na suluhu ya Afrika Mashariki. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Thank you, Honorable Sankok. Now, Honorable Dr. Makami.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to add my voice on this very important motion that has been raised or brought to this House by my honorable sister, whom the last speaker described very well, Honorable Amongin, who is also the champion of climate change. He forgot that one. the Queen of the Pearl of Africa. And it's a topical motion to commend a member of the EAC Summit for being elected in office, for gaining confidence and trust from the voters in the universal suffrage. But, Mr. Speaker, I must confess here and admit that adding a voice after these two have spoken is a bit challenging. But nonetheless, there are some matters I have to address on the Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is the 6th President of the United Republic of Tanzania and the first woman President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the first woman to assume a membership in the EAC Summit so far. So, as a member of the East African Legislative Assembly, and as a he-for-she champion, so by extension, I'm an affiliated member of the Women Caucus. Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure these lights have gone off, but the good thing is when they went off, they left my voice. So, as a member of as affiliated member of the Female Caucus, on behalf also of our caucus, because not all of us in the Female Caucus will get the opportunity to add our voice here, I'd like to register this word of congratulations and commendations and felicitations to Her Excellency, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, whose journey to presidency was not an easy task. She rose from the very low levels in the structures of an organization. She went through all the levels in the technical terms. Then she went in the political, until when the United Republic of Tanzania was considering to make some constitutional amendment, constitutional review. There was a constitutional review parliament, and she was a deputy chairperson of that constitutional review parliament
that was being chaired by a political giant who was once a speaker in the National Assembly of Tanzania, the late Samuel John Sitta. Mr. Speaker, throughout her career, whenever she passed, she was like Midas. I'm not sure most of us have heard the story of Midas. The Midas is like, even there was a song about Midas, that I've got the Midas touch. Everything I touch, it turns to gold. So she has that automatic touch. Whenever she goes, where she serves, she leaves a positive mark. And she was fortunate to be the vice president of the 5th president of the United Republic of Tanzania, the late John Pombe Joseph Magufuli, who trusted her through of course, the party of Chama cha Mapinduzi. And she was a very good assistant to the President Magufuli. And upon passing of President Magufuli, 5 months after being re-elected into office, as per the Constitution of the United Republic of Tanzania, she had to assume the office of presidency. But there was a lot that President Magufuli had promised to undertake to deliver to the people of Tanzania, especially mega strategic projects. Allow me to name just two, Mr. Speaker. One is the standard gauge railway project. That is the electric standard gauge railway, which was just at bare scratch of the beginning. Now it operates, it has frequent operations, and it is operating between Dodoma and Dar es Salaam, but it has reached way beyond Dodoma, and there are signatures to undertake the railway to the neighboring countries, namely the Republic of Burundi, the Republic of Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. They are all linked to this, and several memorandum of understanding have been signed, and the implementation to achieve that is ongoing at various implementation levels. So this is a very serious project that many people assumed that it was a joke when President Magufuli announced it, and never envisaged that President Samia Suluhu would oversee implementation of such a project. But because of her zeal, because of her commitment, and because of her focus, that project is moving, and is moving at a very good pace. The other one, Mr. Speaker, is the Nyerere Dam, the hydroelectric project, which is the largest dam of electricity in the region, producing more than 2,100 megawatts of electricity. Mr. Speaker, when that project was announced that we are going to have that project being implemented, it was as though those stories, in Kiswahili you say, the stories of usadikika, hadithi za kusadikika. But after long commitment and investment and focus, the project is now on board and on course. Mr. Speaker, several other vivid projects have been undertaken by this lady who is there because one of her attributes is that she can speak, because if you are a politician, you can speak. but she doesn't speak much as she does and deliver. So she has more action than words. There's more delivery. And that is Samia Suluhu, Mr. Speaker. She has, in the election manifesto, she has committed to undertake further the country and to develop it further in such a way that clear marks will be left. Say it's a legacy left behind, but she doesn't want only to leave projects and roads, infrastructure, hospitals, schools, all of those she's doing, but she says she wants also, upon her conclusion, the conclusion of her tenure, to leave the Tanzanians happy and smiling. And that will also extend to the region, because we are one people, one destiny in the region. Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, addressing myself to this motion after the submission by my sister, Honorable Amongin, and David Olesankok, Dr. Olegwanan, I wouldn't like to speak much and also give room to other colleagues to also address the matter. Mr. Speaker, I beg to submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seconder. Let's give the floor to other members who want to contribute. We have Honorable James Kakoza, Honorable Saidi Kibeya. I think it's now because everything has been spoken. Honorable Black. A motion? Yes, you can move a motion. Honorable Black want to move a motion.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am a member of the Regional Affairs and Conflict Resolution. I was in the observer team. We have a report that will be laid before the Council and Summit. And having said that, you can see the mood in the House that this is a matter that we all support. I move a motion for close of debate, Right Honorable Speaker. Rule 48. That you pronounce that we close this debate under Rule 48, Right Honorable Speaker.
Have you been seconded? Do you have seconded?
No. No.
If you have no seconder, let's go. We still have time.
I think the Honorable Kakoza is not the Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Black.
Mr. Speaker.
Procedure, yes.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. I stood fast.
Procedure. I think, Right Honorable Speaker, you are the custodian of the rules. Once a motion has been tabled and it has not been offloaded, it cannot be bring a motion to a motion.
Honorable Kakoza,
yeah.
I want to bring your attention to Article 48 on closer of debate, which is saying that in one, after a question has been posed in the House or in the committee of the whole House and debated, a member may move that the question be now put. And unless it appears to the Speaker that the motion is an abuse of the rules of the House or an infringement of the rights of any member, the question be now put shall be put immediately, as we did yesterday, and decided without amendment and debate. And in my opinion and in my view, we should proceed, we should continue debating. So I give the floor to Honorable Kakoza. Then.
Thank you, Right Honorable
Then
Speaker.
Honorable Dr. Kibeya.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker,
to contribute
for that
You
wise
have the
ruling,
floor.
because the motion brought. This House had not started a debate. We were on justifications. And a little to such a motion subjected to two people, I find it really a substantive motion that really the close of a debate is misplaced. Of course, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to add my voice to the previous speakers to congratulate Her Excellency Samia Suluhu, and two, to congratulate the people of the United Republic of Tanzania. Because, for me, Right Honorable Speaker, this is a tried, tested, and a trusted leader. To lose that leadership of a person and given another mandate, I'm a believer of continuity of leadership. Why am I saying so? All over globally, the benchmark of the leader is based on 4 pillars. That we call it test in management of leadership. 1, what is the political agenda of that country? 2, what is the economic indicators of that country? 3, what is the social infrastructure of that country? 4, what are the new technologies or innovations of that country? The leader who has voted, he has passed the test. And if you are a person, such a person who has passed that test, she needs continuity, for consistency, and for a vision of that country. As we've heard my colleague Dr. Makame has said, today, if you take a SWOT analysis, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats of that country, I'm telling you, it's one of the best countries now performing better in the region. And dear colleagues, leadership, you can say it's simple, but a person managing a country without disruption for the 5 years and gets another term, it's not a simple joke. If you look at the maintenance of the economy, how it performs of Tanzania, it's moving very fast. Why? Because this is the lady who took a policy. When you look at the countries within the region, it's one of the lowest countries that borrow from the world with the Internal Monetary Fund, and it's the lowest. That means managing an economy, using your internal revenues, and you perform that way, you are an excellent leader. I want to thank the people of Tanzania that they have a vision, they elected a leader. The only thing I can say, that let God bless Samia Suluhu to take the mantle of that country to another level. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kakoza. Now, Honorable Saidi Kibeya, and we conclude.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to join my honorable colleagues in supporting the motion for this assembly to congratulate Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, for her election in the Tanzanian general election of 2025. Honorable members, I got the opportunity to visit Zanzibar and went to the places like Kizimkazi, where the President Samia Suluhu Hassan was born. For sure, coming from places like this with where people are struggling in fisheries, struggling with agriculture in soil that are highly eroded. She is aware of key challenges that are facing our people, being in Tanzania, being in Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, DRC, and others like Uganda, Somalia, and South Sudan. With no doubt, her new tenure as president of URT and member of the EAC Summit will ensure fruitful and key advancement of the community for the achievement of its various pillars, being the customs union, the common market, monetary union, and way forward toward the political federation. I may here recall the record of the contribution of URT in the implementation of regional and national integration project and national project. I here concede my predecessor, Honorable Dr. Makame, about the Rufiji hydropower project, 2,150 megawatt. This is the first huge project in the community where energy is available, electrical energy is available for other partner states far from Tanzania only. I can cite also the electric standard gauge railway, where after completing phases in Tanzania, projects started to be for the construction of Uvinza, Musongati toward Gitega, Bujumbura, and there in DRC. For sure, there are other projects, OSBP Road, Multinational Road, and so on. Lastly, we remember that two of our colleagues got to be elected as members of Tanzania National Parliament, and they were appointed as ministers, vice ministers for foreign affairs and EAC affairs cooperation. This is a key indication and sign of the confidence of the Tanzanian leadership to regional integration. With this view, I stand here to support the motion presented by Honorable Amongin for this right assembly to congratulate the President of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, elected as the President of the URT. Thank you, I submit.
The mover, Honorable Amongin, you have the floor.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I would like to really appreciate the honorable colleagues and the whole House.
Honorable Speaker, information.
Information for
yes, to the move of the motion, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to inform the move of the motion that among the women's presidents of Africa includes also Madam Samba Panza of Central African Republic, who served as the interim president between 2014 and 2016. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And Namibia.
Namibia, Samba is for Central African Republic, and Namibia now. You have the floor.
Thank you for the information. Those heads of states that have been mentioned served on the interim, but this particular one has been elected. And the others whom I mentioned, like Joyce Banda and Johnson Sirleaf, were elected. There's a difference between taking over and being elected. So I took note of the heads of states who are women and stood and were elected. But we congratulate all the others who had served on the interim. Thank you so much, Honorable Answer, for your information. I would like to really appreciate the honorable members who have accorded their time to talk about this great woman of Africa, whom I'm proud of. I would like to congratulate once more our colleagues, Honorable Milia James, who served in this house with us. And we already missing them because they were very great members of this house. Honorable Milia James, who recently swore in as a member of Parliament of the Republic of Tanzania. But not only that, Her Excellency Suluhu saw it befitting to elect a former member of the East African Legislative Assembly as a minister for the East African community. Foreign Affairs, East African community. I think we are proud of that. So our parliament is growing, right? And I would also like to congratulate Honorable Ngwaru Magembe, who was also a member of this very great house, and who would be with them here right now if they were not elected in their parliament, but was recently sworn in as a member of the United Republic of Tanzania. And in the wise decision of the Her Excellency Suluhu Mama Hassan, she felt it wise that the former members of the East African Legislative Assembly serve in the same docket to promote the integration better from experience. So we congratulate our colleagues, while we also congratulate the President for having seen wisdom in our former members of this house. I would like to congratulate my good friend. He likes calling us the queens, the what? But now I think Oba is the mayor of Kampala. The night mayor. No, I'll reserve my comments. Not for the answered. I would like to congratulate you, Honorable Sankok. You actually lifted my spirits today. But I will also say that you've been a very good advocate of the disability community in the whole world, not only in the community. And everyone knows what you do. For having seconded this motion, great motion. And I would also like to commend my chair of my committee of general purpose, Honorable Makame Abdullah, for being a great seconder and also bringing those insights on from His Excellency Magufuli, what on Her Excellency Suluhu was carried forward. The addition, there is taking over position, and you do no value addition, but Her Excellency Suluhu has done a great value addition to the process. I congratulate my senior colleague who is soon becoming a member of parliament for the elderly in Uganda, Honorable Kakoza. I think Kakoza served in the various portfolios of this country. If we were to talk, I used to admire him when I was still a student. We've served in the same parliament, and we are still in the same parliament. We served in Uganda together, Pan-African Parliament together, now East African Parliament together. So wish you good luck, but thank you for seconding this motion. I wish also to congratulate my good friend, I will not say the other words, Dr. Kiveya from the Republic of Burundi, for taking real note of our colleagues who were elected, because they were members of this house, and we look forward to receiving new members of Parliament from the United Republic of Tanzania to replace the two colleagues who were elected. Honorable members, Right Honorable Speaker, you have made East Africans proud, and the children who will be reading this Hansard will be proud to note that probably most of them would become heads of states. Probably most of them would become the next Sulus of this world, and you don't know the inspiration you've left today. So with those few remarks, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, information.
Are you taking it?
Honorable Speaker, I'm just giving information that I forgot to nickname Suluhu as Mama Africa. So from this house now we call her Mama Africa. Thank you. the President, Her Excellency Mama Samia Suluhu, is now officially Mama Africa.
This is Sankok.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Sankok, for the information. But however, by virtue of the portfolio that she holds, she deserves even, I think if there was any bigger name than that, we would have called her, but there is a formal way of naming an eminent person. Probably you will have to opt for a motion at one time to officially name her. But on my side, I would like to really appreciate the Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members for having accorded me all the help to have this motion accomplished, and I would like to thank you for supporting this great motion. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Amongin. It's now time to put the question that this assembly do resolve to register its congratulations to Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan upon her election as President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, we have two communications before we adjourn this House. One, I have a request from the mover of the motion under order number 4, who is Honorable Dr. Oda. You can see she's not even here. She requests that this item be deferred to the next week. She's not ready. She requested time to prepare adequately, and the motion is deferred. This is one. Second,
information, Honorable Speaker. It's me.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
here.
you have the floor.
I'm here. Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, on your communication, I want to give the information
Yes.
that this motion actually is planned on the program of Eala on the 3rd of December. It's not because she's not ready or not. I'm not ready at the second. It's because it was not prior planned for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, the other communication is from Honorable Gideon. You have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The information is simple, Honorable members. Tomorrow, you know, we have an outreach activity for the Committee on Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources. The pickup will start at 7 internally from the hotels. Then we shall converge here in the Parliament at 8, and then we shall depart from here from 8 or 8:30 there, but we must be here by 8, inshallah. Thank you very much, Right Honorable, and thank you, Honorable members.
Thank you. We have a communication, the last one from Dr. Black.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. As you may be aware that from the 6th to 17th we'll be having sports, and we are required by the rules to submit the names of all our participants in each specific discipline we intend to participate in for easy preparation of the fixtures. We have submitted a sheet of paper for all of you to register your name and the specific sport that you intend to participate in. That will inform us by close of this evening to submit the name to the JPC team that is preparing for the registers and then the fixtures. So we encourage you, honorable colleagues, to register. The sports is volleyball, football, athletics, tug of war, that's walking race, and no chase. And then the one of Honorable Kanini, I'm forgetting. Golf, and then now the Honorable the Honorable has added the cheerleaders as well. So please, and I have mentioned that. So please, Honorable colleagues, Keto is moving around that paper. We need it urgently. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Dr.
And then our colleague, the Commission has appointed the Honorable Gideon Gatpan as the chair of the disciplinary committee, and therefore our captain for volleyball is the Honorable Olivier. He handed over to the Honorable Olivier, and so Honorable Olivier will be stepping in to mobilize as a captain for volleyball.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. With this, I adjourn the House until Wednesday next week, 3rd December, 9:30 morning.